typical genres. This is a list of types of TV shows, books, movies, and whatnot. Things like horror, romance, science fiction, action. As I'm telling my story, you can ring the bell and then call out one of those genres. At which point my story has to change and take on the elements of that genre. So I can start telling my story, you can yell, you can hit the bell and say horror. Well, now it has to be a horror story. Then you can switch it to Western. It has to become a Western, but still have some of those horror elements in it, so it's one cohesive story through a variety of genres. So all I need you to do is be willing to ring the bell and read off a sheet of paper. So who would like to help me with this exercise? All right, come on up. And what was your name?
Janice.
Janice. Let's give Janice a giant round of applause. Take your time, that's okay. Everyone here loves to look at me, I'm sure. All right, so let me give you that list, and why don't you go over, and let me grab you, just so make sure everyone can hear you as well. Let me grab you a mic and, I don't know what touch the top. It's on. All right, try that. Does that work?
Let's try it.
Oh, good. I just don't use technology well. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. Again, I'm gonna assume you haven't done this. There's no right or wrong way. You can change as frequently and as quickly as you'd like. I'd say for the sake of the audience, just to give them a feel, it helps if you let me get a sentence or two out at least in that new genre before you switch it. But hey, this is your game to control. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. One day, Sheila was at home making dinner for herself when she noticed something interesting in her kitchen. She happened to see that
Military.
an army was approaching out her window. The Canadians were now invading. She knew this had been coming, so fortunately she had a bunker under
Romance.
under her kitchen. And she opened it up, and there was Luis, her lover, who had been waiting for her, said, "I knew the Canadians were coming.
Superhero.
And I had been waiting for this day for years." And Luis ripped off his shirt, and turns out that he was Superman. Now this confused Sheila because Luis had never told her this before. And she looked at his eyes
Hard-boiled detective.
and said, "These men are always trying to bring me down. And let me tell you something, puppy. You may be a superhero fighting this Canadian army, but I know that you stole my
Shakespeare.
sweet flower. Forsooth, my father doth tell me, before you appeared, that there would be a superhero in my basement, and that
Epic fantasy.
and that man was prophesied to rule the world, and that's it." All right, let's give Janice a big hand. Awesome job, thank you very much. That's a story.